Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at the newest reinforcement of Battlefront 2, the Ovissian Gunner. Let's get right into it. So the topics I'm going to be covering in today's video are the Ovissian Gunner's base stats, their abilities, and the best star cards that you should be running whenever using the Gunner. Let's get right into it. So first off, let's start with the Gunner's base health. The Gunner will always have 350 health. This can be boosted to 420 health while using the Battle Hardened Star card. The Gunner's main weapon is the modified Z6B rotary cannon. This is a very fast firing weapon that deals 30 damage per shot at close ranges. Damage drop off will start at about 20 meters. It'll drop down to only 15 damage per body shot at 50 meters. The main drawback to this gun is that it has a spin up time. It'll take about half a second in order to charge up and start firing. Overall, the Gunner's primary weapon is very strong, and it'll decimate most troops and heroes at close ranges. Now, let's move on to the Gunner's abilities. The first ability that the Gunner has is Anti-Armor Mode. The in-game description of this is a high-powered anti-armor mode for increased efficiency against shielded vehicles. What this means is that you're going to do 120 damage a shot to vehicles and 108 damage to infantry. Since this ability is just an alternate fire of your normal weapon, it'll last indefinitely until you switch it back to its normal mode. This alternate fire is very strong, and you can use it to take out vehicles in just 5 or 6 shots. Overall, it's a very good ability. Now, let's move on to the Gunner's second ability, Defensive Stance. The description in the game is instantly cool the rotary cannon, and any damage dealt replenishes health for you and nearby allies. What this means is that first, it'll prevent your weapon from overheating for the entire duration. Second, you're going to heal 5 health per hit on an enemy. And then third, you're going to heal 25 health per kill on an enemy. Also, this ability will affect allies in a 10-meter radius around you, healing them as well as yourself. It'll last for 9 seconds, but it does have a 20-second cooldown. Overall, this ability is also really strong if used in the right situations. In a bad situation, this ability will just get you killed as you lose your mobility. But if you use it in the right spot to hold a choke, you can use it to sustain through really long fights. Now, on to the Gunner's third and final ability, Charge. The in-game description of Charge is this: charge forth and slam into the enemy to knock them down. Simple as that. What you're going to do is you're going to run forward and you're going to deal 150 damage to any enemy that you hit. This will also apply the on-hit effect of knocked over, so the enemy will fly through the air and fall into the ground. This ability has a 10-second cooldown and is pretty straightforward. You just use it when an enemy's in the way and you want to knock them over. This will insta-kill any trooper that's not a heavy, so it's very strong. Alright, now that we've covered the Gunner's abilities, let's move on to the best star cards. There are 2 star cards that I'm almost always going to run when I'm using the Gunner. So first off, I'm going to use Battle Hardened. This is going to boost your health to 420, and more health means more survivability. This is just going to give you an edge up in fights and allow you to survive more damage. Pretty straightforward. Now, the second star card I'm going to use is Enforcer Training. This is a very strong star card that whenever you get a kill, it's going to restore you 50 health. This star card is super strong as it's going to give you even more survivability in fights, and it's going to stack with your defensive stance. So instead of getting 50 health on kill, you're going to be getting 75 health on kill. Super strong, you can sustain longer, very strong. Did I say strong? It's strong. So now we're on to star cards that you can sometimes use, you can switch them out. They're both pretty situational. So the first one is Acquisition. This star card makes it so that whenever you take damage from an enemy, they're going to be marked and you're going to be able to see where they are through walls. Pretty straightforward. It's also really good. When you're trying to survive through fights and someone has got you low, you're going to know if they're pushing you or not, and you're going to be able to retaliate when people shoot you easier. So this is the card that I personally will run as my third star card. Another card that I see people using is Expert Weapons Handling. This will increase the time that you're in your defensive stance for by 66%. This will take from 9 seconds to 15 seconds. Now, I don't use the defensive stance that much. I know it's pretty strong, but I don't like the fact that it takes away your mobility for the time you're using it. So I don't run Expert Weapons Handling. But if you find that you will use defensive stance a lot, Expert Weapons Handling will also be a really good star card for you to use. So I recommend switching it in for Acquisition if you want to. But that is just my opinion. You can do whatever star cards you want. I mean, there's not that many for the Enforcer, but you can do whatever combination you want. Alright, so that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and if you want to see more, and consider subscribing. Help me grow the channel. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.